Have you ever wondered about the very first sounds of the universe? I'm not talking about the Big Bang itself, but the sounds that came after, when the cosmos was still a baby. For the first 380,000 years, the universe was a superhot, dense soup of particles. It was so thick that light couldn't travel freely. Instead, it was trapped, bouncing around in a cosmic fog. But this fog wasn't silent. It was buzzing with sound waves. Imagine the entire universe as a giant musical instrument. The forces of gravity and radiation were playing a cosmic symphony. Gravity would pull matter together, creating dense spots, and the intense radiation pressure would push it back out. This cosmic tug-of-war created vibrations, rippling through the primordial plasma. These weren't sounds you could hear with your ears, of course. The universe was a vacuum. These were pressure waves, variations in density, traveling through the cosmic soup. Scientists call this the soundscape of the early universe. These sound waves were incredibly long and had extremely low frequencies. If we could somehow hear them, they would be like a deep, cosmic hum, a fundamental bass note that filled all of space. These waves stretched and compressed the plasma, leaving a faint imprint on the fabric of the cosmos. So, how do we know this? We can't travel back in time with a microphone. The answer lies in the cosmic microwave background, or the CMB. This is the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, a snapshot of the universe when it was just 380,000 years old. When the universe finally cooled down enough for light to break free, it carried a picture of that moment. The CMB isn't perfectly uniform. It has tiny temperature fluctuations. These fluctuations are the fossilized imprints of those ancient sound waves. The hot spots are where the plasma was compressed by the sound waves, and the cold spots are where it was stretched out. By studying the patterns in the CMB, cosmologists can essentially listen to the sounds of the early universe. It's like looking at the ripples on a pond to understand the stone that was thrown in. The size and distribution of these ripples in the CMB tell us about the properties of those first sounds. Scientists have even been able to translate this data into audible sound. When you speed up the frequencies by an astronomical amount, you get a sound that's been described as a rising roar, a cosmic whoosh, or a deep, rumbling hum. It's the sound of the universe being born, the first voice in a story that's still unfolding. It is absolutely mind-blowing to think that by looking at the faint light from the edge of the observable universe, we're actually hearing the echoes of its first song. This isn't just a cool curiosity. Studying these primordial sounds helps us understand the fundamental ingredients of our universe. It tells us about the amount of dark matter, dark energy, and regular matter. It helps us test our theories about how structures like galaxies and galaxy clusters first began to form. Those ancient ripples were the seeds of everything we see today. The slightly denser regions, amplified by these sound waves, had a gravitational advantage and eventually grew into the vast cosmic web of galaxies we inhabit. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember that it's not silent. It's filled with the echoes of its first cry, a symphony that played out billions of years ago and set the stage for everything that followed. The universe has been telling its story through sound from the very beginning, and we're just now learning how to listen. Thanks for joining me on this cosmic sound journey. If you found this as fascinating as I do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the wonders of our universe. See you next time.